Good morning. It's the last day of wheat harvest. I hope it's the last day of wheat harvest. We got about 55 acres to harvest. We're gonna go get started here in just a little bit. Brock's here, he's doing a little mowing. We're gonna do some tiling in this field out here right south of the barn. And so they're getting ready to start on that. Dad likes to have the wheat stubble mowed down because it's just easier to work in the shorter stubble than it is when it's all tall. So this is the home farm. This is the original farm that my dad bought in 1980. It's been tiled before. But it was tiled in 1980 or 1981, and back then, the standards were not what they are today. It was tiled on, I think, 45-foot spacings, so we're going to come in and split those. It was also tiled using a wheel machine, ditching machine, with grade stakes, pre-lasers even, forget GPS, pre-laser guidance, and so we think there's some spots where we've lost some grade, or maybe it wasn't put in exactly perfect and some of the tile have silted in. So we're going to redo it, split all the middles, and fix it up. Yeah, that's where my dad's at in his farming career. He is retiling the fields that he started with. It was 45 years ago, but still. So we must be trying to find some. Yep, there's an old tile right there. It's plastic. It is plastic even. I don't know. I know there was there's a main that runs right along here and goes all the way up to the road, but most of them run on an angle, I think, or something. I'm not real sure. We've got the tile map. Got Ryland driving, I guess. Brock's in there with him. Getting a little mowing experience. I guess we're not going to mow the whole field down, just going to do a little bit more here in the perimeter and stuff. We're actually going to have that tractor run down to where we've been combining wheat the last few days, because there's a lot of filter strips and lanes and stuff down there that needs to get mowed. Now, all of the filter strips down there are signed up in a government program I don't know what the program is. It's not CRP, but it's basically they pay us to put those grass strips in along the ditches to protect water quality and stuff. And when you do that, you have to play by their rules. And their rules state that in Ohio, we're not allowed to mow those until July 15th. Well, that's tomorrow. So we can take it down there today, maybe mow some of the lanes and stuff that aren't part of the program, and then tomorrow we can get started mowing all those filter strips and everything down. It's to protect birds, the nesting birds. It's ridiculous is what it is, but probably after those contracts expire. I think they're 10-year contracts. After they expire, there's a pretty good chance that they won't get signed up again. All right, we're gonna head up to the irrigation field, check on our fertigation pump. I think our tank should be getting to be about empty, and I might make a phone call, see if we can get that flow meter working. Old school in it today. Phil's got the auger set up, filling our last bin in there that's not connected to the leg. He's just transferring stuff out of, those two bins are full of wheat. He's transferring it and filling this other one back here. I lost a pair of sunglasses the other day. I'm trying to figure out where I left them. Maybe in here. Look, we have a flow reading. It's not putting on what I want yet, but it's adjusting. I'm going to give it a few minutes, see if it, because it needs to read the data from the flow meter and then changes the speed of this motor in order to get the right flow. Now it says nothing. No, now it's got some. What in the heck is going on here? This is better than it was. I changed the flow meter, put a different flow meter on there. It seems better, but we'll give it a few minutes here. And we're up to 3 gallons an acre. It should be at 10, that's what we've got it set for. Success! Haha! It took a little while to figure out. I called into tech support, and then I felt stupid for doing it because I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to shut everything off and turn it back on, because that works sometimes. And it did! We needed a power cycle on this box and this box, which that's the one I hadn't done. I had done this one over here, but yeah, so our target is 10 gallons per acre. It's putting on 9.66 right now. It's slowly adjusting. It's reading that flow meter, and it's adjusting it to where it needs to be. And there's going to be some fluctuation, but we've got a flow. Excellent. It has only taken 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks from when I started to inject stuff and wanted to be doing this to get it to the point where it's actually working like it's supposed to. But that was, you know, from the time that I figured out that my pump wasn't working because of our power issues. Oh gosh, it's been a long process, but I think we're good to go now. So, and there's still 450 gallons in that tank. It went very slow overnight. It was pumping the whole time, but it was pumping very slow. So we got her all reset and working right now. We'll come back up hopefully this evening and look and see how much is in there, but probably tomorrow morning we'll need to refill our tank. I think we're gonna do one more. We'll see. We'll see. Problem now is I have really very little idea of how much nitrogen we put on where in the field. I know how much we put on total, and I have a general idea of where some of the early stuff went, but some of it got really low rates, some of it got normal rates. It never really got high rates. So I'm not exactly sure. What are you gonna do? Anyway, it is 10:43. We gotta go combine wheat, and we gotta go now. Since Brock's here today, I get to reclaim my combine driver's seat, so that is good. I don't know where he's at. He's probably over there somewhere by the other fields. He brought the 7520, the mower down here with Rylan. But it's time to park it and get in the grain cart. I got a different rider today. Say hi, Brayson.
Hi.
So we got 25, 26 acres or so down here. It's a combine. Won't take us very long, and then we got to move. Kind of nice when you got some room on the outside of the field. We can unload on the go on the outside pass. Get her opened up here. 20 acres in this one. Same variety we were in yesterday, GP 463. It's dry, running 13%. This is probably the worst field here, although that 6 acres over there is not great either, but it's wet, needs some tile. I don't expect it to be great. If we make 100 bushel wheat here, we're really happy. Doing this edge here, the wheat along the edge is not great. It's pretty thin. It looks like herbicide drift from our neighbors, but looking at their beans, it doesn't look like they've sprayed much herbicide, so I don't know what that is. We've got some grass on this edge. I think it's actually bluegrass, and it's grass seed blowing off of trucks going down the turnpike over there, so you can see the road just across that field. That's the 8090. It's the Ohio Turnpike, and construction trucks or dirt trucks or whatever, they drive through there, and weed seeds blow off of all along the turnpike and get these fields, so there's a lot heavier weed pressure. And this is as close as we get, but these ends are terribly weedy. We had it in corn a couple years ago. We got to figure out how to control the grasses here a little better. Hey, Brayson.
What?
Did you know those crackers are made from flour that's from red wheat like we grow? Soft red wheat? Full circle. From the combine, the grain tank, right back to the combine. How about that? Brock's running cart for us. We're in the field way in the back here, right? So our trucks are clear up over there by that house. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yeah, see, can't even see. Stupid phones. Anyway, so he's taking two rounds or 2 dumps at a time up to the truck. Should be able to fill a truck in two dumps then from the grain cart rather than making 4 trips. Alright, we're about wrapping this one up. Unfortunately, we could not overcome the incredibly rough start from the trees over there and all the deer damage and the end rows. All of that red. We're gonna be a sub 100 bushel wheat yield on this field. Oh, that's a bummer. First one that hasn't made well over 100. 97.5 right now. It might make 98, but it ain't gonna get to 100. I forgot to film it, but we're done with this field. About the same as the back one, 98. That's a bummer. That's okay. It's really good wheat still. We did. We beat the last one. It was 97.9. So, yeah, we're done here. We got to move. 220 acres knocked out in this area. It took us, what did we spend here? 4 days. But we're done. 2 and 2.5 days. All right, 30 acres to go. Dad's here with pickup and a header cart, so we can go drop the head and head on out. And so you can do what? Yeah.
Okay, good.
Look at this. Combine side service. pull up to the header cart, somebody comes and unhooks it for me. What a deal. Here we go. Last group of fields here. We've got 30 acres split up in 3 fields, and 28 of it is in 1 field. What does that mean, Rylan?
That means
this is the field that had, or the farm with the 2, they're his favorites.
2.
The 2 1-acre fields. Right there.
Is it a 1-acre field?
This one's not, but over there on the other side of that triangle, that little triangle piece is. Where are we at here? Let's find our field on our map. Right there. We got those 2 little triangle pieces that are an acre and an acre and a half, basically. So, I expect this to be our worst wheat. It was the last planted. It's not a great farm. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And we've got more weed pressure out here than anywhere else we've had. So,
hey,
we'll see.
100.
Yeah, it could be, should be 100 bushel wheat, I hope, but we'll see. There's a neighbor. It's a red combine going down the road.
It's tiny.
It's not real big. So one of the challenges with this field, in addition to, you know, all of the thistles and weeds, is this electric line right here in front of me that is shorter than the combine. We cannot go under it, but we can combine up to it and then come from the other way and get the rest of that. Gosh dang, I could almost hit that with the real fingers over there. Whew.
It's a little bumpy field. It's our bumpiest field we have. It's just this. That's a little bad.
Hey, you got a little cab wheat there, bud. Overflowed your grain tank. Manual unload procedures down here. That's awesome. We're opening up the back part of this field. This is an odd-shaped field here. So we got the front part done, and then I made this pass along the trees, and now we got to go around here. There's a finger in the middle, that clump of trees over there. It's low. There's almost like a little open drainage ditch that would be really hard to farm or take the trees out and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. This is a decent farm. It's just kind of a odd shaped and a pain to do. Well, we're wrapping up the big field here. Just a little bit to go. We're gonna jump across the ditch down the road. I think we can get there without dropping the head. Get these 2 little pieces here done. This one's not too bad. It's not our best wheat by any means, but we broke 100, 105. I will take that on this farm every single time. That is fantastic, especially for being the last planted wheat. As weedy as it was, actually it was pretty darn good out here. You ever unload on the go while you're not actually combining on the go? It's weird. It is very weird. We're getting it. Well, I made my 2 passes around on that field and got it done. 1.2 acres. Woohoo. Averaged 106. So what did we get? 107 bushels? 150 bushels off that field maybe? That's alright. This is the last one right here. There's like 1.5 acres here. It's just slightly bigger. So, but there's also a drowned out spot with zeros. Lots of thistles here. That's not good. I don't like all of the thistles. I was just chasing a little fawn out, and I was going to show you guys and say the deer are going to have to go somewhere else for cover, but I'm not sure where it went. It's in that grass out there somewhere. Thought it would run. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to film stuff, you guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, we're done. So we're going to drop the head here. Get everything moved home. Start folding stuff up. This, and go unhook our couplers. Filling fuel up on the combine. It was about empty. Figured we'd fill it up and see if we can't find somewhere to put stuff in the barn, but that's probably tomorrow's project. It's 6 o'clock. Brock's gonna take me to get my truck on his way home. It's over at the first field. We started that today. And then I'm gonna mow my lawn. It's been over 2 weeks and it looks really bad and I just have not had time. It's been either been too wet and rainy and misty or we've been combining wheat. So we're gonna get that done tonight. Making me walk. Something about driving his car through the wheat field. That's fine. Oh, how good it is to be done with wheat harvest. Really, it didn't go too bad. I mean, today is the 14th of July. We started on the 4th of July, so I guess that's technically 11 days. I usually figure a week to 10 days. So we're right on schedule of where we like to be with wheat harvest. You know, a couple of weather delays where we didn't really get any rain. Could have used some rain, but it is what it is. So had a good stretch here. Best wheat harvest we have ever had. I did go and look, and yeah, we got to post-calibrate the combine yield data from the grain cart yet, but we were better than last year's average by 5 bushel, I think, and last year was our best ever by a wide margin from before that. So yeah, awesome wheat harvest, awesome crop. Really, really happy with the results of everything. So it's good. We got some mowing to do over here, so this is just gonna sit until we get a couple hours a day to come over and run it. Looks like the baler has made it into the backfield, the field where we finished here this afternoon. That means they've got the other fields around the corner over there already done. They're gonna end up with like 1,500 round bales from over here. Like, I know they're already over 1,000, so that's a lot of bales. There's a lot of bales to move out of here. But I guess they were gonna have a lot of bales no matter how they made them, round or square or whatever shape he can come up with. So, all right, back to the farm to get my lawnmower. I got my hayfield mowed down. Looks better. All right, that's it for tonight. Tomorrow, what are we gonna do tomorrow? We're gonna get ready to spray with the drone. I don't know if we'll actually do any. We need to do some scouting. So we're gonna get back into cornfields tomorrow, back into bean fields, and do some crop scouting. We're gonna need to fill up our fertilizer tank up at the irrigation field, I'm sure. And we'll see what else we can find to do. We might get the drone out and do some spray pattern testing. That'll be pretty cool. I got some water sensitive paper. We're gonna check the spread pattern and widths and that kind of stuff. Need to get a little water around for my wife's pumpkins across the road here, and keeps, yeah, plenty of things to do. We'll try and get the combine, the grain cart tucked in a barn somewhere. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, and make sure you give the video a thumbs up for me. Much appreciated. We'll see you guys in the morning.